the strange disease of painting genius. Known as world-famous artists, few know that masters in the art of painting such as Leonardo da Vinci or Pablo Picasso are suffering from rare and complex diseases such as dyslexia. Read. Is the rare disease that these artists encounter to make their talents shine? The oddity of painting geniuses. The only and least mentioned secret in the lives of the two world-famous Da Vinci and Picasso are dyslexia. This bizarre disease has made two talented men in the field of art for most of their entire lives unable to distinguish between written and read them fluently. Since the age of 12, Da Vinci has had dyslexia and reduced literacy, but instead he is endowed with the ability to see and describe things in space in paintings and turn them into paintings. Should be rare, meaningful. Just like Da Vinci, Picasso also came up with the art of painting early on and became a well-known artist in the field of art, although he himself was a difficult writer. Learn about dyslexia syndrome. A new form of disease has been discovered, but dyslexia has been studied by a neuroscientist at the University of Middlesex in the United States for many years. A study of 41 men and women to assess visual discrimination and perception was conducted. About half of those tested had problems with spelling, reading and writing, which are signs of dyslexia. Men with dyslexia have the ability to recognize objects in space and have very good copying capabilities. In addition, they have the ability to quickly calculate with high precision. In contrast, women with dyslexia do not have these abilities. Research by T.S. Brunswick also said dyslexia often tend to work more thoughtfully than speech-related work. This is what makes dyslexia men talented and often successful when it comes to painting, sculpture and creative work. In the case of the expression of two famous artists, the influence of dyslexia also has a certain impact on the ability of these two famous people. For Da Vinci, when he was young, he had a disease that science today calls hyperactivity, lack of concentration. His disease was clarified by researchers as the 12-year-old Da Vinci wrote the contents of his memo pad in the right-to-left direction, frequently encountering problems in learning at home, such as dyslexia and dyslexia. Disease strange to contribute to artistic talent? The results of the above studies of the scientists have led many people to ask themselves, are the effects of dyslexia strange disease has contributed to create special abilities for the skin genius? Vinci and Picasso? Finding the answer to this hypothesis, the American scientists acknowledge that some of the effects of dyslexia also contribute to making people with the disease more capable of observing and feeling more about things in space. 3D. This contributes a lot to their success in creating works that require rich imagination and a subtle sense of space and surroundings. In the case of two Da Vinci painters, and Picasso, some of the effects of dyslexia have stimulated the imagination of these two characters at an early age and brought the appeal of their work to life. Later writing. But this impact is not decisive for the talented creation of genius artists. In other words, the talents of genius artists such as Da Vinci or Picasso have an important part to play in the artist's own hard work. On the other hand, many other celebrities around the world also have had dyslexia, such as Rodin, Andy Warhol or Thomas Edison and Michael Faraday. However, they are not entirely those who work in the field of art. Some people with dyslexia are scientists, physicists and some of the world's most famous writers. Artistic geniuses live in madness. In addition to Da Vinci and Picasso, the world of graphic artists has suffered from mental illnesses, making their lives a long chain of persistent abuses. Michelangelo. One of the greatest genius in the history of painting, Michelangelo, 1475 to 1564, is one of the greatest geniuses of the time. However, many scholars who have studied the life and achievements of Michelangelo have asserted that he has signs of mental illness. Based on the works he created with the notes and the sketches left by Michelangelo, it was found that it contained many melancholy, symptoms of depression or psychological disorders. Pol. Vincent van Gogh. In the world of painting, if you want to find a painter who has always struggled in psychological instability, but the achievements that he achieved in the world, it can only be Vincent van Gogh, 1853. -1890. Dutch illustrator is the father of lively, sophisticated, emotionally charged paintings that have influenced many generations of painters. He is one of the most famous painters of all time. Throughout his life, Van Gogh was a miserable human, always deep in psychological distress. He suffered from depression, severe depression, and sometimes even seizures. One of the most crazy things about Van Gogh's life was when he cut his own ear. This art genius died at the age of 37, committed suicide by gun. It is thought that bipolar disorder is the cause of his frequent psychological collapse.